Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. How good would the Pittsburgh Steelers offense be in 2023? That kind of rhymes a little bit. In my opinion, last year the Steelers didn't live up to the standard they're supposed to have been living up to offensively. And it could be a mixture of a lot of things. The execution, young guys trying to get into the mix and trying to find a rhythm, like that. We had a lot of rookies and a lot of young people on our team. On the offensive side of the ball, and then also the play calling can be mixed in there a little bit too as well. But I think this year the Steelers should make that second year leap. Some of the young guys making a second year leap, and some of the other guys stepping up. And I feel like because the O-line is better too. Finally, the O-line has been built up. Last year we seen the O-line perform way better than what the O-line did a few years back when we had Big Ben still on QB. The O-line that year was awful, and the year before that was even worse like that. The O-line was just bad. Couldn't get any force. Couldn't win at the line of scrimmage in any of the games like that. I feel like last year we've seen the young O-line kind of learn and start merging together. And we've seen the second half of the season, the Steelers became one of the top teams in rushing like that, able to run the ball and stuff like that. We had a couple of games where we rushed for over 200 yards with Najee being in the mix, Jalen Warren and all those guys coming together and just going out there and balling out. And then we added other pieces. Broderick Jones getting added, Isaac getting added, Herbert getting added more depth pieces and added more guys into the mix too as well. Like that, some starter guys as well. Is going to just change the offensive line and make the offensive line better. And Kevin Colbert kept, when he was a GM here, he kept just overlooking the offensive line and just building up around the pieces and trying to add other pieces, which was cool and all. But he never addressed the big elephant in the room. Was let's fix the offensive line. Like that, we fixed the offensive line. Maybe a lot of things can change. In my opinion, the guys who are closer to the football are the most important pieces on the field. Quarterback, offensive linemen, edge rushers, those guys right there is the ones that change the course of the game. You never see a team with a terrible line just go out there and just have a winning record or winning season, a crazy winning season, and just dominate like that. We always see teams oh, they in the Super Bowl. Like the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Why? Because the offensive line was very good. Quarterback was very good. They had pass rushers. They had the three pieces right there. Right there, and that's why he's in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, pass rusher is very good. Offensive line, pretty good, like that. And then quarterback, super, super duper, very elite good, like that. So you have those pieces, those mixes, and those guys who are closer to the football are always the most important pieces, in my opinion, like that. Cause I feel like if you're closer to the ball, you're closer to make the big time plays and stuff. So the Steelers built the offensive line up. We have running back in Najee Harris, and we have Jalen Warren as well. So we already had that mix right there. And hopefully this year we see a big jump. I know a lot of people kind of predicting, and in my opinion too, I think Najee Harris should have a big time year. He had 1,000 yards last year, 1,000 yards the year before last. I think this year he's going to put up 1,500 to 1,600 rushing yards. And I think he's going to have double-digit touchdowns, of course. I think he always scored a good amount of touchdowns already. But he had double-digit rushing touchdowns and probably 13 total touchdowns because he had 3 receiving most likely. And I think he'll have a big time performance, and Jalen Warren gonna be in that mix as well. The Steelers get back to their old school football, the way they won in the old days. All their Super Bowls, they won them by doing the simple things, by winning the line of scrimmage defensively and offensively, and running the football like that. That's all you gotta do. Get to the quarterback, run the football. That's all you gotta do. Like that. That's what the Steelers did in the old days. That's how they won Super Bowls and got deep and had 6 Super Bowl championships. You see all those old teams. You watch the old teams. I wasn't born during that time, but I had the little disc thing, the little movie set with the 4 different CDs in 2-3 hours a piece. And like that, watched those like that as a child. I watched those a lot like that. I haven't watched them recently, but I watched those a lot. Seeing all the old Steelers Super Bowl teams and just hearing about the legacy about it and stuff like that. All the greats back then. And they ran the football and they got to the quarterback. Like that. If they actually recorded the sack record while Mean Joe Green was actually there the full time, because Joe Green, of course, the sack record, it shows his sacks now, but they didn't record the sacks when he was first starting off and stuff. He probably had some crazy number of sacks. He recorded a lot of sacks like that, so they didn't have that in the record book yet. But getting to the quarterback and running the football is always the main thing, and that's always been his formula for Steelers success and stuff. So I think this year they get back to that and then use the running game, set up the passing game, and make the quarterback job so easier. Especially when you have receivers like this, George Pickens, you got Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson. This receiving core looks pretty good on paper like that. We got George Pickens, who I think is going to be the #1 receiver, who's going to emerge next year and make that big-time leap. We got Deontay Johnson, who's a very shifty guy, route runner, can be like 1B, basically. And then We have Allen Robinson, who was once a one receiver as well. Had a down year the past few years, had that one injury with the Bears, and then last year with the Rams didn't go so well. But I think he got a lot left in the tank still. And as a third guy, him going against the third cornerback, he should go out there and shine every time. And then to see Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington might have that killer duo. I probably shouldn't use that word killer duo. I'm about to use an example of saying Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski, but I use the word killer duo. I shouldn't say that. They had that crazy dynamic duo. And Aaron Hernandez, before the things that happened with him and Gronkowski, they hit that 1-2 punch. They was going crazy. They was very dominant. It was very hard to stop. Maybe the Steelers run that type of style too, with those two big tight ends out there too. And that 12 personnel will be crazy when the Steelers want to go for the QB sneak on 4th down, or they want to get a big run, put that big body out there. Imagine Darnell Washington out there, 6'7", almost 300 pounds. He calls himself the 6'0" lineman because he can go out there and he can like just create havoc and wreak havoc like that in the blocking. And then Pat Freiermuth is a good blocker as well. And that's going to be good to see how they can implement that into the running scheme and the run game and stuff, and to set up play action passes and getting the tight ends involved too. It's going to be nice to see. I think the offense has very good promise. We should be averaging 25 to 26 plus points a game. I think 26 plus points a game like that. Around that time, they're going to be that old school style football, using our run game and using run game to set up play action passes just to put points on the board and stuff like that. We got to make sure we execute, though, too, in the red zone. I know last year in the red zone we struggled here and there like that, but later down the line we've seen the Steelers come up bigger and stuff. But in the first half was really our main concern as well, too, because some of those games we like look at it like the Steelers offense just looks stale. They can't get anything going and stuff, and they wait till the end of the game to try to get it going. But I think now with the pieces you got added, the veteran presence that is there, we hope to see the offense make a big leap. And I'm predicting like 26 plus points a game like that. There's no way we shouldn't be averaging that. Like, we have all the talent. We added more pieces now, too, that we added from the draft like that. We should be out there scoring almost 30 plus points a game like that. Like that, being close like that, being in the high 20s like that, close to 30 points a game like that. And our defense, the way defense play and play very elite and can make splash plays all over the field. Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt and stuff like that. Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, and all these guys that we have on the team. We should have no question. It should be like us. We should go out there and just be dominating, really. So hopefully we can do that and translate that to the field. Matt Canada, please, just please give us some good play calls. Give us some good play calls. This is probably his last year, really. If he, this is how kind of a prove it year for him. And the Steelers offense will go out there and at least average 26, 27 points per game. With this offense, you look at paper, you look at all these guys, like, dang, it's a lot of talent. They can't go out there and average that amount. He's going to be at the door. If it was me, I would have had him at the door already. But, you know, sometimes I feel like I always think like coaches should get, well, if you're a coordinator, you should probably be like, get 2 years. 2 years to get it right. I think a head coach should get 3 years, 3 to 4 years, because like when you first get there, especially if you're in the bad organization, when you first get there, you gotta kind of establish yourself a little bit that first year, filling out process. Of course, you're competing, you're trying to win, you're trying to make the playoffs, trying to do everything you can, but in reality, you know it's a rebuild situation. This team went 2-14 last year. We like, or 2-15 last year. We like, yeah, we can't win with this team. I can't win with these guys. Oh, it's 2-14, yeah, because what is it? 2-15, because 17 games now. Yeah, 2-15. So like, I can't win with this team. I gotta go out there and find something else. And then you add your pieces, you add your quarterback and your pieces in the draft and stuff like that. And then you kind of like see how those guys merge together. You be like, oh, we win a little bit, we moderately like that, and we kind of have like some sparks and some flashes. And then third year, you're supposed to make a jump. Sometimes people make a jump early. Their first year there. I've been seeing Brian Daboll do with the Giants, and other guys around the league do as well. Doug Peterson, what he did with the Jaguars his first year there, like that. He's already a Super Bowl champion coach. So he kind of expected a little bit. But then your second year there, for some guys like that, they make that second, like that big time jump. Some guys make their third year be a big time jump like that. But I feel like you should have 3 years to kind of like get it right like that. But after the 3 to 4 years, 4 years maybe, but after 3 years like that, you gotta get out of here. So I think for coordinators, it should be 2 years like that. Hopefully Matt Canada can get it right with the play calling and the guys can execute the plays properly. The O-line is fixed better. Maybe that'd be a big dynamic factor because he was calling some plays. You can tell they didn't trust the O-line fully sometimes. But then later in the year last year, we've seen them kind of trust the O-line because the O-line proved that they can hold up and do big things too. And they start getting in sync a little bit. So hopefully we can go out there and average 27 plus points a game, 26 plus points per game, around that range in the high 20s. And just go out there and be an amazing offense, kind of the old days. Amazing offense and amazing defense. Like that. So that's all I got for this video today, guys. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.